Today in Luther's Kitchen we're making tamale pie, which combines two of my favorite foods, chili and cornbread. So to start with, we're making a cornbread and we're putting all-purpose flour, cornmeal, sugar, some baking powder, and some salt in a bowl. And we're gonna whisk all the dry ingredients together just to incorporate them. In another bowl, you want to crack and beat together eggs. Then you're going to add milk and continue to whisk, followed by melted butter. Now add the wet ingredients to the dry, and using a wooden spoon, you want to stir until everything is incorporated, but you don't want to over mix. We're putting in some mix-ins, so we've got some shredded Mexican cheese blend, some finely chopped scallions, and half of a jalapeno seeded, ribs removed, and finely chopped as well. This is a nice savory cornbread, and it's going to pair well with that beef filling. You want to set that mixture aside and let it rest while you begin cooking your beef. Now I'm making a lot for this video, but if I was only making one serving, I would use 1 pound of extra lean ground beef, or you could even use ground turkey. So we're starting with some 90-10 ground beef, and we're just mashing it to make sure that we have very small pieces going into our tamale pie. And once the meat is fully cooked, you want to drain it because there's going to be a lot of liquid left, a lot of water, and some fat. So drain your meat. Please don't be offended by the status of my Le Creuset. It is stained and I don't know how to clean it, but it is clean. And in the Le Creuset, I'm going to start sauteing 1 brown onion, and I've got olive oil in there as well. And I'm going to put in some finely chopped garlic. Now I'm going to add in the drained ground beef, and I'm going to continue to cook the ground beef with the onions. The meat is cooked at this point, but I want to start getting the flavor developing with the onions and the garlic. I'm also going to drop in some flavoring, so I've got chipotle powder, I use dried ancho chili powder, and ground cumin. And then of course kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. Make sure to give it all a good stir, and at this point you could taste to make sure your seasoning is just right, and this way you can tweak it a little bit. Now I'm adding in what I call my favorite flavor base, and that's just roasted vegetables, mainly tomatoes, garlic, onion, bell pepper. And if I happen to have a jalapeno or a poblano, I'll throw that in the mix as well. And then I blend it and I keep it in my refrigerator, and it's the base for my soups, sauces, and stews, and chili. If I don't have that on hand, I can use fire roasted diced tomatoes and a little bit of tomato paste. So give that all a good stir. I'm going to prepare some pie plates with olive oil, and you can use olive or canola oil, and I'm just spraying it because I don't want my cornbread mixture to stick. And then using a spatula, I'm going to put the cornbread batter in, and I'm trying to spread it around. Now, I actually made this cornbread batter the day before, put it in the fridge so it's cold, and it's not very easy to form. Had I not done that, this process goes a lot faster, but I'm trying to form it, and I want it to go up the sides of the pie plate so it makes kind of like a pie. I want a base, and I want the crust to go on the side, and I want the topping. So you just want to spread your batter all the way around and up the sides. Earlier I roasted corn, so I'm sprinkling on some roasted corn, fresh roasted corn, but if you don't want to do that, you can buy roasted corn frozen from Trader Joe's and it works just fine. I'm now going to put in some of that meat filling that's got the onion, the garlic, the delicious roasted vegetable sauce, and the spices, and I'm going to spread it around before finishing the top of this tamale pie with the rest of that cornbread mixture. But before that, I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit more corn. and then the cornbread mixture. Now we're going to finish the cornbread mixture on top, and you're going to use an offset spatula to spread it around. You want to try to encase all of the filling mixture, and then you could put a little bit more cheese on top and some finely chopped chives or scallions. This goes in a preheated 350-degree oven for 45 to 50 minutes, or until the cornbread on the top is cooked, and you can tell by inserting a toothpick in the center. You should let this cool for a bit before slicing into it to get this gorgeous looking piece. For this recipe and more, visit myclasscancook.com.